Sir, Vedant is asking, will you take more sessions like this on different programming languages? Um, yeah, Vedant. So see what we are doing. I mean, by we right now, what I mean by me and the company that we are starting, which is CTO School. So if you go to CTO School, uh, ctoschool.live, basically. So what we really want to do is we want to create future CTOs. Okay, so CTO means Chief Technology Officer, and in companies, CTO is a person who is responsible for everything which is technical matter. Everything which is technical is what CTO looks after. Now, if it's a small company, let's say it's a startup, 2 people, 3 people, 5 people, or maybe like 15, 20, um, then CTO's responsibilities are different.
And
The
man,
CTO has to start from scratch. CTO has to write applications, very basic applications. He has to create infrastructure. And a company like Swiggy, Zomato, Uber, or Amazon, which are like properly established, the role of CTO there in big companies is different. So what we want to do is we want to at least create startup CTOs basically from students. And from my personal experience and from the way we have done things, I am very sure that anyone, irrespective of his educational background, can be a at least startup level CTO in few months. Um, and then that's why then I thought, okay, let's we that's why we like started this CTO school. And there our aim itself is to kind of make future CTOs. And then when you say CTO, then what are the things that a CTO should have? Chief Technology Officer. What are the things that CTO should have? In today's world, at least very basic, like any one language, let's say Python. Okay, it doesn't have to be. It can be anything else as well, but Python makes it easier. So the CTO should know Python. Basics of machine learning, deep learning, because now every company, everything is going to be AI oriented. So everything will have a part of AI, and AI is also being democratized. What I mean by democratized is there are two ways to do AI, artificial intelligence. One is you can program yourself, which is not very difficult. And in fact, being mathematics students, most of you, this should be a natural progression for you. Like after BSc or after MSc maths, or even it could be anything else. But particularly for maths, you can easily transform yourself from mathematician to a AI researcher or a machine learning deep learning scientist. So but so that is one way to do, where you are programming in machine learning or you are learning machine learning. That is one way to learn. The other is there are a lot of tools which don't require software, which don't require programming, sorry, which don't require programming. So there are like ready-made tools. So even if you understand basic concepts and can use that tools, you can use AI in your own place, at your own, in your own way. So the first thing which a CTO requires is Python. Second thing is uh, basics of machine learning, deep learning, and if possible, in some cases, in depth. That is like the second. So Python, AIML. Third thing, which is full stack. Now, full stack means like being able to launch a website with database, so users can log into the website and then view. So there are like database concepts, programming concepts, a little bit of HTML, little bit of like full stack is little bit of everything. Full stack doesn't have to be in depth, but full stack means you are able to write front end, which is like website, back end, which is database, and the middleware, which is like a logic. So these three parts, if you know, then you can say that you are a full stack developer. So full stack is like third thing which a CTO should know. The fourth thing which is coming now is blockchain. See, the way blockchain is growing now, whatever has happened on internet, since like see, internet came about from 30 years back. Internet is 30 years old. somewhere in 1990, 1995, it started like properly. So 30 years internet ruled. Blockchain is new internet. Blockchain is next version of internet. It's a different version of internet. It's way better than internet. So whatever we have seen, whatever growth, whatever companies we have seen in 30 years because of internet, you can imagine like multiple x, multiple times of that in blockchain. So blockchain is like a parallel internet. It's a new internet. So that's why it's also important to know blockchain for future CTOs. So that's why blockchain is like the fourth. Well, I can say that it is least required right now, but as the time goes on, it will be more and more important. So it's better to be at the start. It's better to learn the technology at the start. लेट होके सीखने में मजा नहीं है, स्टार्टिंग में सीखोगे तो मजा है. So that's why blockchain. And the fifth thing which CTO should know is deployment. DevOps means how do you launch a website? How do you launch a database? How do you make it secure so that others cannot hack it? There are basic principles around it. It's not like rocket science. It's not difficult, but there are few things like AWS. A lot of people use AWS is by Amazon. So that is where you can buy a server and then deploy it on server. So the whole thing about deployment, launching is DevOps. It's called DevOps in the industry, which is like developer operations. So these are like the five things which a CTO should know. So what we are what the our methodology, like like so when I say that I want to mass produce CTOs, like we really want to create hundreds of thousands of future CTOs. That's our goal. So what we have done is we are splitting these five things into two different courses, like very basic, which are like 5 day, 6 day, 10 day courses, which are like very introductory, and then like 30-day advanced versions of all these five things. So then you have Python basic, Python advanced, full stack basic, full stack advanced, machine learning basic, machine learning advanced, blockchain basic, blockchain advanced. So basic course will give you a clear idea whether this is for you, whether you can understand this, it will instill interest in you. So whether this is right for you or not. So basic will give you that information, that it will be, just make you ready for the advanced course. And the advanced is where you actually work on the live projects, you work on bigger projects, etc., etc. And then we plan to deliver all these courses through the bots, because by videos, if you see YouTube videos or Udemy videos or any other courses, the completion rate is very small. Like you can start one video, you can start second video, but from third video your motivation goes off and then you don't complete the course. So the way we deliver, I mean, by the way courses have been delivered to students, that whole way is little bit flawed, is what we observed, because the completion rate is too low. So that's why we thought, okay, let's do it on bot. Let's build Telegram bot. Eventually we'll also build a WhatsApp bot, but Telegram is pretty solid. So we thought, okay, let's build Telegram bot where you can interact with the bot. And right now Telegram bot has the commands, but later on it will have some personality. So if you say hey, the bot will tell you, hey, how are you doing, what's happening. So the bot will be able to tell that with NLP, like with AI. But that comes later. The thing is, because you are interacting with the bot, the success, the completion rate increases. That's why the student can complete the entire course without losing the motivation. So that's one angle to bot. And then the second is the Discord community, which I talk more tomorrow. But what happens is, because of all this e-teaching and online learning, the feeling of group learning, the feeling of learning together, that feeling has lost, because you are in front of computer, and then the computer is the only thing that you are familiar with now. So because you cannot meet others, so then we have this community where you can interact with the community, you can take lessons together. Okay, 8 बजे दोनों शुरू करते हैं, आज खत्म करते हैं, this and that. so that you can have audio calls. You don't even need video calls. You can do audio calls on Discord, so other things. So what we're trying to do essentially is bot through bot personalized learning and through community group learning. So we are combining best of both worlds and then giving very cutting edge CTO related courses, which are like very basic as well as advanced, and then trying to kind of like, look at it as a holistic level and try to solve it for masses. And then like initially, because initially, so the language is English, of course, but then we will also have Marathi content, lot of Marathi content, because what we observed is a lot of people who are not comfortable in English, just because even if they are very sharp, they are like pretty brilliant, but just because they don't English, they don't find interest in programming. That's why we are also like using a lot of Marathi in our content. So what you saw around now was completely English, but then we'll have some videos. We'll have like in the offline interaction, we'll have Marathi or Hindi language as well when we go out of to any other state as well. So that's the whole thought. So yes, I mean, when you ask whether there will be more sessions like this, um, separately on CTO school front, yes. So you can join the Discord bot and then you can talk to me, and then you can be a part of how we are taking things ahead. So you can actually be part of it, and you can also see things and learn new things as well. For this 5-day session, I am not sure whether the college is going to organize any other session after this. I mean, any other workshop after this. But myself being a student of KTHM, I know that the college is very proactive in teaching new languages, new things to students. Like we had machine learning sessions as well back in the day, Maxima and other things as well. So knowing the college, I am fairly sure that the college will organize more such workshops on college level, and I'll be part of. I'll be helping them as well, because it is aligned with my personal interest as well, my personal interest of training students or people like you. So yeah, I mean, that's it. Okay, so we have 231 students here. We'll start. So some of you might have registered in the break. Yeah, so one other thing I would like to touch upon is this is really a good step. I mean, what I can say is all of you, I'm really very happy for all of you, because you are learning Python for the first time, and it's truly beautiful. When I started learning Python, I just fell in love with it. The more I did, the more I fell in love with it. And I like I took long time to start learning. Okay, I mean, I was doing other activities of business, like because I was the founder. I used to my whole role was to kind of come up with new ideas, handle customers, promotion, and then recruit people, manage culture. So all other things I was very engaged in actively, and because of all other duties, I could not program myself. So even if I knew the technology architecture and a lot of things, I wasn't coding when few years ago. And when I after that, when I thought, okay, let's take some time and learn programming and do it, when I actually started doing it, it was just amazing. And then it changed a lot of things for me. So I'm very happy that you all of you have taken the first step, and you are getting a good guidance over next 5 days. So I think you guys should totally continue. I mean, whether or not you understand today's lecture or how much you understand, maybe some of things you won't understand, maybe, but just stick to it. Just continue with the flow. Try to pay attention. Don't just say that this is not for me and then I won't do it and things like that. Just stick with it. Just go with the flow, and it will make sense, all of it. And once these 5 days are over, and once you yourself have like spent 10 to 12 hours programming, complete the homework. Once you complete the homework, let's say all 12 sheets, um, um, then when you start next thing, like the next course or the next advanced thing, that is something that you will truly enjoy. What I can tell you is, after these 5 days, maybe if you continue spending like 2 hours every day, within 15 days, like 30 hours, 30 to 40, 50 hours, let's say, give and take 50 hours. Within 50 hours, you can have your own website built in Python, which can be published, others can see it. So all of these things you can do on your own, and you can even help your friends to create website for them, or you can show your website to your parents and friends. When I say website, I mean at least like 1 page, 2 page website where you can tell about yourself and things like that. um, and if you continue further, little further, maybe like, so we are talking about 50 hours, okay. Let's say you are able to spend about 200 hours. By 200 hours means, let's say let's say about 4 hours every day. 50 days is also too much. Let's say 100 hours is also okay. If you spend like about 100 hours, like 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours, 1 month, you can learn all the basic, all the important algorithms in machine learning, and you can learn the basics of deep learning as well. So literally, if you continue with this path which you have started taken today, so today is 13th August. If you continue 2 hours every day, by September end, 30th September, you will know machine learning algorithms, how to implement them, and you also know deep learning, some of it, and you will understand the whole field. You'll understand the nature, like what's happening, what exactly is machine learning, what exactly is deep learning, how things work. All of these things you will understand by 30th September if you continue your this thing, learning, and that's very doable. So that's why I'm saying, yeah, I'm happy that you have taken the first step, and yeah, let's continue. So we'll start with part 2 now, and let's see how it goes. Okay, so here we are. I submitted, 1 second. I had submitted homework for part, sorry, yeah. So slash part 2. Part 2 I can access because part 1 homework I had submitted. I mean, we won't check everybody's homework because essentially it's just typing the same instructions, but at least it's a proof that we know you have completed the homework. That's why we ask for homework. You can send a file even with 1 command or 2 command, but for the best benefit of it, it's better if you just send your sheet, whatever code you have written by looking at our file, you send it to us. And if you have any questions, you can ask questions with the question command. I mean, this I'm saying after this session, or maybe after 5 days, any other time. You have Discord, or you have this question command where you can ask a question, and I'll get an email if you ask a question. I'll show a demo. So if I say question, now whatever I'll type will be sent to me. What is Python? Now I'll get an email, this, and then I'll reply you basically. So don't bombard. If you have important question, then only ask. Don't just ask for the sake of it. But and other thing more important is the Discord, which I'll go in detail tomorrow basically, because I suggest that you download the Discord today, and tomorrow we'll have a live demo of it. So okay, so part 2 we have here, this notebook, and let's go to, so I'll shift it here. So this is part 2. Okay. Okay. Here we'll learn few mathematical things, mathematics related things. And this is my account. I'll go to new notebook. I'll change the name of this file, Manas Gajare 02 operations. Okay, so this is my file, and when I want to submit this link, I can just share and here change to anyone with the link. Here you can write, you can say write email ID as well, like you can write my email ID if you want to share with me personally, but it's okay to make it public because no one else is going to know about your public. There is no private information as well, so you can share it publicly. Copy link, and then this is the link you submit for the homework. So I'll and after submitting, if you make changes here, it is okay because automatically I'll get the updates automatically. So even if I submit, I haven't done the homework, but even if I submit homework with this, and after this you make changes in the file, that is also okay. That is not a problem, because when our team will check your homework, then they will get the latest data of your file, because it's this file. Yeah, I mean, you get it, I think. When will recorded video will you share with us? So yeah, so probably ma'am will be able to tell you about this. Yeah. Okay, so arithmetic operators. So we'll see if, like, how mathematics, how you do simple addition, subtraction, other things. So I'll just write few things. First time it will take time, allotting, connecting, initializing, connected. Then you will get a green signal here. Green signal output. So this is very straightforward. 2 minus 3, 2 into 3, and 4 by 2. Okay, so far addition is very simple, very straightforward. Subtraction is very straightforward. There is nothing to explain. This is interesting. What is happening here? Can anyone write in the comment? 4 by 2, it gave me 2.0. So here, what is the data type of this? So let's say if I say in num1 equal to 8, num2 equal to 2. Okay, then print num1 plus num2. Okay, print num1 minus num2. Print num1 into num2, and print num1 divided by num2. Float module, yes. So float, Mayur is saying float. The answer has float data type. Yes, this is important. Division of integer is not integer. Division of integer is a float in Python. Even I found it later on. I thought, okay, integer will be integer, but it's apparently float. And how did I find out? Just by like typing this. So it tells us 4.0. It does not tell us 4. So if we want to check data type of this, so how will we do it? So type num1 by num2 and print class float. Okay. So there you go. This is one important thing. So these are arithmetic operators. So there are different types of operators. So let's understand what is an operator. Operator. So even I don't know the official definition. So operator in Python, operator definition of operators in Python. Okay, so definition, it says that operators are special symbols in Python that carry out computation. So we can say that it's a special symbol. First of all, special symbol that carry out certain computation. Forget this, certain computation, some amount, some type of computation with that special symbol. So there are different operators in Python. So we'll see arithmetic is very simple. Arithmetic is plus minus multiplication division. And then in arithmetic, we have extra three, which is this modulo and this. These are like extra. So let's see. 7 mod 2. Mod, probably everybody knows. Mod is the remainder. Okay, so what does mod give you? After division, what is the remainder? So the remainder here is 1. So that's why it's modulo 1. So if I do 10 by 4, 10 modulo 4, output is 2, because 4 into 2, 8, the remainder is 2. So this is modulo. If you don't know modulo operator, you can probably Google. It tells you remainder. So this probably most of you already know, but this is important. This is called floor division. Again, don't try to memorize. You just have to print it. Now this gives us the whole number. So division gives us float. This division gives us float, but this gives us integer. If I do this, it will give me 4. And if I do 9 by 2, okay, so I have to use print both the sides. So it's print. See the difference. So try to just understand difference. So the floor division gives us data answer without decimal point. Whatever the after decimal point, it removes it and gives us the quotient. And here it gives us the actual answer, which is float. So when you want answer in integer, you use basically floor division. See, in the final actual programming, you won't really use this. This will be useful in very rare cases. But we are learning ABCD. That's why we are just going through it. And then this is a power. Yeah, so 9 square. Let's say if you do 9 cube, then this is 9 cube. So double star means raised to 9 raised to 3. 9 raised to 3. Okay, so this is like, so far we learned plus minus this double division, mod, and this. These were arithmetic operators. Okay, so what is this? Okay, so this we learned. Now let's see. Yeah, this last point I'll touch. 8 plus 4 into 5. Python already automatically supports bottomless rule. Bottomless is like body of division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. In Marathi, we had this rule called कंचे भागू बेव, right? कंसाचे भागाकार गुणाकार बेरीज वजाबाकी. So what it means is it will first do multiplication and then addition. But if you want to stress that it should do addition first, so then it will be, so let's say print and print. But if I write 8 plus 4 in bracket and then multiplication, so it will carry out addition first because it is written in the bracket. So it's fairly, I mean, the way we solve arithmetic expressions in real life, the same way Python supports the same thing. So there is nothing special about it. Next is comparison operator. So comparison operator is very useful. Comparison operators basically checks two sides, left hand side and right hand sides, and in compares. So these are different operators. So let's start with one by one. So if I say 2 double equal to 2, now this is where your boolean comes into the picture. Whenever you use comparison operator, the output is boolean. as in true or false, because we are comparing, and essentially we are asking, is LHS equal to RHS? This is what we are asking, nothing else. And we know that yes, LHS is equal to RHS, so it will tell us true. But if we say print 3 equal to 2, then it will give us false, because LHS is not equal to. So whenever you use double equal to, it means it's a comparison. When you use single equal to, it's a assignment. So this is here we can say that it is assignment operator. Assignment. So this is actually assignment. So what we are saying essentially is assign to the variable num2. This is what we are saying. Assign is shown by this single equal to, but double equal to is the checking, is the whether it's equal to. So it becomes a question. So same way we'll see few more. 3 greater than 2, and then print 3 less than 2. 3 greater than true 2, so it is true. Less than, no, it is false, so it gives us false. So this is actually the question, is LHS less than RHS? In other words, is 3 less than 2? Is what it is the meaning of this line, this is the meaning of this. Then you have few more. So just like you have less than equal to, so you have less than equal to 2. So is this means that is LHS less than or equal to? Any one of case, any of 2 is true, then it will give us true. So or equal to, and if I say 3 less than equal to 3, it will give me true, because less than or equal to. So certainly 3 is not less than 3. 3 is equal to 3. That's why this gives you true. Okay, fairly straightforward. I mean, there is nothing much to explain, but I'm just trying my best to explain. Yeah. Okay, so so far the operators are, so these are comparison operators, because you are comparing. Comparison operators, so which are less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to, double equal to, and not equal to. So not equal to, we'll check. Print 3 not equal to 2. So how will I read the sentence? Is LHS not equal to RHS? The answer is true, because 3 is not equal to 2. So it's a true. But if I write print 3 not equal to 3, then it will give you false, because 3 is equal to 3, but we are saying no, it's not equal to. This is shift 1. This command is called not, not, not. Shift on the keyboard it is shift 1. So these are our comparison operators. Then there is assignment operator. So assignment operator, we already saw one, like this is assignment operator. So print num1, num equal to 5. Okay, and if I say num equal to num plus 1, print num. Now num is 6. So this is assignment operator, and plus equal to 1 is also assignment operator. So this will print us 7, because now NUM is 6. This is nothing but same as num equal to num plus 1. Okay, so whether you write this or you write this, it means the same. print num. So now we got 7. Again, if I print it, it will give me 8. So this is assignment operator. So same way, num minus equal to 1. It's a short form basically. I mean, I really don't get why they created this, but almost all programming languages have this kind of operator. It's just that it looks short, and it's a short, so that's why people use it. But you don't have to use it. But it's there. It's good to know that it exists. So same as num equal to num minus 1. Print num. So these are like assignment operators. And same way with so now it's 7. So if we do num equal to 2, so this is same as num equal to num into 2. Okay, so now if you print num, it will give me 14, because it is multiplying itself by 2 and storing it. So what is the meaning of this? Okay, I have not explained you. Maybe some of you may be confused. See, the left hand side is again the variable name of the variable, and what we are saying is whatever the latest value here in the right side, whatever the latest value, use it, solve this, and store it back to the variable. So we are kind of overriding a variable. We are saying that okay, we are telling variable, you yourself, you change yourself, is what basically we are telling it. Change yourself. I mean, you change yourself. So you change yourself. So that's this is the meaning of it. And then the short form is this. These are assignment operators. So assignment may I, so there is equal to, plus equal to, sorry, plus equal to, minus equal to, star equal to, division equal to. So all these are assignment operators. I mean, I have never used this. These two I have never used. I have programmed a lot, but I use this, but I could have used this as well. So there was no need. But anyway, this looks fancy. So sometimes you like fancy things. So yeah, so this is that's it, assignment operators. Now this is very important, the last part, which is logical operator. Who, okay, if you don't know logical operator, just write in the comment, at least a few of you, then I'll know how I should explain. Because if you know, then I'll explain it a little differently. But if you don't know, then we have to start with the basics. No, sir, explain please. Okay, all right. So that's it. Okay. So logical operators. So, see, one thing is these operators, these whatever operators we are talking about, it's not necessarily limited to Python. It's applicable for all languages and beyond languages as well. Like when the chip was first made, let's say the first calculator. Think of the first calculator. The first calculator, which had 4004 chip, which is like, this was like 1980, 1970, 1980. So it had some circuit, and it was the start of the electronic days. So we didn't really have lot of computation power. We could do only single digit addition, single digit multiplication or division or things like that. So when we created those chips, this logical operators, or the concept of this logical operators was very much used, like and, or, and not. So and is like multiplication and or is like addition. So we'll see how it works. So so let's say we have two statements. Okay, so statement one, is sun exists. This we all know. So let's say statement 2 is let's see, uh, moon exists, and statement 3 is earth has 2 moons. Okay, so we have, so let's call this, 1 second, I shouldn't. Okay, I'll use it like this only, a equal to, so 1. This is my first thing. 2 and 3. Okay, so we have these 3 sentences, 1, 2, and 3. So tell me, what do we mean by 1 and 2? Okay, so it won't work like that. So 1 second. Let's say, okay, bear me with for a second. Okay, sun exists. We know that this is true. So I'm giving it a value of true, which is 1 equal to true. Let's say I'm saying second equal to true, because the second by second statement, what I want to tell you is moon exists. The moon actually exists. We know that it exists. So we know that this is true. So I'm just writing it as a true. And then the 3 is, we know that this is false. And the third statement, my third statement, I mean earth has 2 moons, which clearly is a false statement. Okay, so if I want to say something like this, so this is my sentence: sun exists and moon exists. What is the final conclusion of this? Is this statement true or false? Sun exists and moon exists. Is this statement true or false? So I'll write a few more. So then true. So because both are true, so we can say that it is true. Now if I say sun exists and earth has 2 moons, what is this statement now? What is the final statement of this? False, right? Because we are using the word and. So when we say and, what it means that this should also be correct and this should also be correct. So this is false. But if I say sun exists, or okay, first let's say moon exists. What is this? Left is also true, right is also true. दोनों में से एक भी, this or that. So when there is or again, so we have again true. Sun exists or earth has 2 moons. What should be this? Or, so either left should be true or right should be true. Any one is true, the whole thing is true. So we say this is true. Okay. So this is the logical operation. So what we actually did here, and or, this is the logical operation. So now we'll see if it is true and true, what it means. So and is small. Okay, true and true. If both are true, the output will be true. True and false. True and false is always false. And this is very simple to understand. False and false. What will this be? This will be false. This will be false. So and में it's like दोनों सही है, दोनों बराबर है, तो the whole thing is बराबर. Otherwise no. And और में उल्टा है. और में एक भी बराबर है, तो whole thing is बराबर. So print true or true. it is true. True or false. True or false, दोनों में से एक भी. So you always choose true and then print false or false. Now both are false, so it will be false. Okay, F has to be capital. False or false, false. So these are operations, and then the last operator, logical operator, is not. So anything which is not is opposite. So not true is false, and not false is true. Okay, so I think the concept is clear now. If all are true, then for and. If all are true, and is true. And for or, if any one is true, whole is true. So let's say if we say true and true and true and true, this will be true. But here, if I say one single thing which is false, then it will tell me false. But if the same place, if I use everywhere or, then it will tell me it will be true. And even if one is true, it will still tell me. Okay, I don't know what will happen if I mix these things. I myself have never tried true and false, or false and true. I don't know what this will give me. Okay, probably it's because when you use and, it's always and. So what is happening here? First it will compute and. Probably, okay, let's go left by left. So left side, this will be false, and then again false. But if I use or here, it will be true. Yeah, so when you have multiple things, see, this is one thing which I discovered right now myself. I did not know if you do multiple and multiple or inside this, so what will be the output. So it simply solves it from left to right. Okay, so what is the answer of this? False. False or false? False. False or true? True. False or true? True. Now if we say and false, now it will give us false. Okay, so this is probably, you just start from left to right and it will tell you the answer. So this is a logical operator. So that's it for operators. Operators is pretty simple. And then we'll take few like little more bigger statements. So x equal to 5, and then print. Yeah, so now here what is happening is it is comparing left and right, and then after computing left and right, then it will try to do AND operation. So we'll solve this. So left side क्या आएगी यहाँ पे? Left side is true because x 5 है, x is 5, so this is true, and this is also true. So true and true is true. So this will be true. And if we say x is less than 4, so now what is the answer of x less than greater than 4? Sorry, this will 1 second. Let's make this greater than 6. So x is greater than 4, which is correct. X is 5. So x is greater than 4, which is correct. So true, and this is false. So true and false. So this is nothing but print true and false. This is what boils down. And the answer is false. Yes. So then you can build complexity into this. Then you can maybe, I don't know, maybe, yeah, I think this is one thing we can do probably, and then we'll move on. So this is opposite of this. So whatever answer you get for this, do opposite of that. So we have x equal to 5. This is true, and this is also true. So true and true is true, and then not true is false. So answer should be false. Okay. And then if you again write not before that, like not of not, not of not, then it will be true. So that's it about operators. And few simple things. This is again, because we are kind of doing little bit maths. If you want to get absolute value of something, you can just write ABS, and ABS of minus 2.1 is also 2.1. So absolute is very simple. Rounding is important. So let's say we'll check definition of round. Round a number to a given precision in decimal digits. So if we say round 2.3, okay. If we say round 2.33, and if we say round 2.33, and we pass 1, sorry, we pass 2, then it will round to the second digit. Sorry, 1, we should pass it to 1. By default, it is 0. Okay, so I think you should get the difference. 1 second. So I'll write print, and then print round 2.391. So this, okay, so round 2.391 to 2. So what the second parameter, what we are passing is the number of digits after decimal point to which we want the precision for. So if you want the precision for till 2 points, till 9, so then you can use 2. But if you want precision till only 1 digit, then it will only correct it till first point after first digit after decimal. So here it should output us 3.2.4. But if I use 2, okay, so let me do 2, and let me also do 3, and let me use print. See the difference. When we pass 1, we get till first one digit after decimal, 2 digit after decimal, 3 digit after decimal. So this is the rounding. So you can round it to your precision level. Yeah, and addition of int and float is a float, so that is very simple. So 2 plus 0.1, 3.01, 3.1. So int plus float addition is all okay. And interestingly, if you add this, see, I mean, if I say hello plus 5, sorry, okay, so it won't do it like that. So it will give you an error because it is not doing it. But if you write it inside brackets, then it will append it. So this is concatenation. 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 Okay, concat a series of interconnected things. So this is concat in short. So basically what it does is, if you add two strings, it will just append it one after another. And if you subtract it, I don't think it will do anything. It will give error because it cannot understand. Also, you should. Yes. Anybody has a question? Okay. So see, try to understand the error. Unsupported operand type for minus. and here it's saying str and str. So this str and str, it means like this str and that str, and it is saying that operand type which is minus. So it is what it wants to say is between these two str you are using this operand. Operand is that symbol which is not supported, which is unsupported. That's why it gave us error like this. So we'll do plus. Okay, so this with this we are done with the very basics of operations, operators. So they are fairly straightforward. Let's see a couple of interesting concepts. So one is this typecasting. So typecasting, okay. Um, those who are following from the bot, you should actually read these. Now I'm speaking, so you don't have to read it. But if I'm not there, or if you are doing your own self study, it's better if you, I mean, it is advised that you read this and make sense. If it does not make sense, then you read it. If it just makes sense to you, then it's all right. Okay, so this example I'm going to kind of demonstrate. Okay, so I'm copy pasting right now to save time, but you are not supposed to copy paste. Okay, so let's see what is happening here. So here we have A and B, both of them are string. Okay, so what we did is we defined two string, because this is in the inverted comma. That's why A is a string, B is a string. We cross-checked it with this line that it printed this A is this 2, type A is str, and this is again this and this, like 3, B is 3, and type of B is str because it is written in single inverted comma. And when we are trying to add, last time I showed you, it's simply appending it. It's only concatenating it, concatenating. So 2 3 23. So typecasting, that's the concept. Typecasting. So what typecast means is you convert from one data type to another. Okay, so if I now say something like print, let's say C equal to int A, and then print C, and then print type C. Okay, now see what happens. C का type मिला हमें int. Why? Because here this line is important. What we are saying is whatever you have in A, convert it to integer. So we are explicitly saying int is a special data type. You cannot use int as the variable name. Int has its own meaning. So what we are saying, convert A in int and then store it in C. If I say convert it, if I want to convert it into float, then what I'll say, float A, and then print B, and then print type B. So let's say what it tells us. It converted to float. Now why it happened? Because 2 was written in inverted comma. But this does not mean that any text will get converted like this. So let's say you have text equal to me, and now you are saying ki is me ko convert karo int mein, so that will give you error because it doesn't understand what is me. So it will give me an error. But if instead of me, if I write 4 3, then it will convert. But if I write 3a, it will give me error. Okay, so only if it is an integer which is inside the inverted comma, it can be converted into integer. But it does not mean that any text can be converted, because how can you convert a text into integer? You cannot. So this is one concept which is type hinting. Sorry, typecasting. Okay. And other concept will Akrura is asking which book to refer for this topic. Akrura, what I'll say is you refer, you refer this sheet, this notebook, and if this is not enough for you, W3 Schools Python, don't refer any book. See, I mean, in today's age, if you refer any book, you're old school. So you guys are not old school. So don't even use any book. Don't buy any book. Don't even refer any book. Website video is enough. Like YouTube is new book. Like it's new. A video is a book basically which has video. So use like some YouTube videos of good YouTubers or very simply W3 schools. Here you have all these basic things one by one. If you just even if you start like this one by one, read it, execute it, you will be master. You will be master of Python. So yeah. And if you have specific questions, you can Google or you can ask. Okay, so typecasting we did. Typecasting is a very it's an important concept. You can convert type from one to another. Let's try it other way around. So if I say a equal to 2, we have print type a, which is int. But now if I say b equal to stra and then print type b. So what we are saying is convert convert variable a into str data type. Now if you type b, it will give you str because we explicitly converted it. So to convert it, you just have to use this shortcut like str or int and write it in the bracket. Okay, so that is typecasting. Now one more thing which I would like to tell you, and then we'll stop. It's interesting. So far whatever input we used was from the we defined it like this. Let's use one command which is input. So let's say if I say name equal to, if I write input and inside input I write maybe anything, enter your name. Okay, and if I run it, now it will ask me to enter something. From here the interesting things start to happen. Okay, now because now you can use your own input. Now you say okay, Manas, so this will get stored into name, and if I do print name, it will give Manas. Okay, so same way you can say f name equal to input, enter your first name. Let's say you want to actually write a program, so then l name, last name, input, enter your last name. Okay, and then we are saying print your name is, this is a little bigger program, but this is easy to understand. F name, L name. If I write something like this, then it will print, after this it will print these things basically if you use this syntax. Okay, and let's say let's also capitalize and small. So your name in capital is, your name is in capital is, and comma, and then f name. Now what was the command for capitalizing? It was upper. So if I say upper and l name dot upper, so capital mein kiya, then let's also get total count length of the entire name. Okay, so length of f name plus length of l name will give us addition of total count of the letters, right? So this will give us total length. So I say length equal to l name and then print your name has these many letters. Okay, and then we'll pass length. So this is our this is a program. So it's a very simple program. Just the new thing for you is this type of printing. If you don't understand it, it is also, you can also write it like this: print f name l name. That is also okay. So don't pay attention to the syntax. It's okay. I mean, this syntax doesn't change. It's more or less the same. Now when we run it, first line will be run. So then you will have to type something. Then you will write second. So then whatever you write will be stored here and here. Then it will output us our name. Then it will give the name in capital letters. Then it will find the length of that each name. It will add it, and after adding it, it will give us the final this length. Let's see if we got this right. So I say Manas Gajare. Okay, so I got error. So we'll see where the error is. But we got till here. It's okay. So we said your name is so far so good. Print this also we got correctly. So this is also fine. Your name in capital is and it capitalized. So till here we have no problem. Now length. So it says, what does it say? Name length, Leng. Okay, spelling mistake. See, it says that it's not defined. Length. I have called it length, but here I wrote GHT. So I'll just correct it. I'll try run again, and then Manas Gajare. Okay, your letter has 11. Your name has 11 letters. So this is how you write little bigger programs. And last thing is so name equal to input type anything, and type a number. Let's say we say type a number, and if we say type of name, sorry, let's say num. A variable name could be anything, but you give some name which is easy to understand. Now if I type 4, it will give me str. So one thing is input. Whatever input you do, whether it is a number or whether it is a string, it will always consider it as a string. It will always consider it as a string. So even if I enter the number 4, it will be string. So if you want to use it, like if you want to use for addition and subtraction, then you have to typecast it into int. So you will do something like this. Then you will get it into int. So the yeah, int. So very quickly, let's just modify it. Number 1, enter first number, and then num2, enter second number. Now we know that type is str, but we'll just num1 and type num2. Just try to see if this makes sense. Okay, don't be afraid of the longer size program. Then I'm saying num1 को convert करो int में. So I'm saying num1 and I'm saying num2 equal to int का num2. Okay, and again I'm now checking type of num1 and type of num2. Okay, now here I'll say I'll try adding the numbers. Okay, so num1 str में add करके देखेंगे, and then we also add mathematically, and then print num1 plus num2. Okay, so pehle we are taking 2 numbers as input, showing their type, and then adding it. Now because it is str, it will be simply appending 2 numbers. Then we are converting number into integer. Now if I run it, first number I put 100, other number I put 200. See, first output देखो, this is str because both of them str 100 200, which is a string. Then we converted into integer. Then type check किया हमने cross checking के लिए, so int. then add kiya, then it gave us the correct answer, which is 300. So this is why typecasting is important, because input में हमेशा you get str. 1 second. Okay, so that was the last thing, and I think I'll stop here because we have the break now. So yeah, this is it for things of what we learned essentially very briefly. So we learned that the Python has 4 data types: string, integer, float, boolean. String means any text. कोई भी text लो, it is a string. Integer is a whole number. It's a complete number: -1, -2, -3, 0, 1, 2, 3. Float is with decimal point. Boolean is true and false, only 2 values. Then we saw string. String has many operations. Key string में you can slice. Please show how to upload homework. Yes, Anita, 1 second. Let me just conclude this and then I'll show the homework. So first we saw data types. Then string में we saw a lot of functions like upper, lower, title, slice, split. So split में you get like a multiple. You can split it based on some number or some any value. And then we saw string slicing. इसलिए string के index starts with 0 and then you can slice it from 2 to 5. तो मतलब 2 से 5 के index तक आएगा. And then so string operations. Then we saw operators. Operators मतलब क्या, special symbols कि जो कुछ operations करते हैं, computation करते हैं. Addition, subtraction तो common ही है. Modulo, floor division. Division is always float. So int में division चाहिए तो we use floor division like double slash. Then we saw assignment, which is equal to. Then we saw comparison, which is actually checking left hand side and right hand side. So comparison operator का output is हमेशा true or false, because we are actually checking कि ये statement true है या false है. And comparison के बाद we saw logical operator, which is very important, and or not. And मतलब क्या कि दोनों में दो सभी ट्रू है तो आउटपुट इज ट्रू, अदरवाइज फॉल्स. एंड और में एक भी ट्रू है तो आउटपुट इज ट्रू, अदरवाइज फॉल्स. एंड नॉट इज अपोजिट. सो दैट इज इट. देन आफ्टर दैट वी सॉ कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ टाइप कास्टिंग कि इंट को स्ट्रिंग में कन्वर्ट कैसे करें, स्ट्रिंग को इंट में कैसे करें. देयर वी सॉ दैट if string is abc, so it cannot be converted into int because abc is the actual text. But agar a number is inside the inverted comma, if a number is there, then you can convert it into int or float. So that. And then user say if you want input, then you just use this command called input, and then that has a data type of str. So even if you take a number as input, it will be str. So in the last program we converted it into typecasting with this. Again, all these concepts are properly explained in the Python notebook which I have shared. Now Dheeraj is asking we should have to open Colab separately or registered site only. I'm not sure I got your question, Dheeraj, but what you have to do is a bot will give you standard notebook which you have to use as a reference, which is your book basically. And then you looking at that code, you have to write it in your own notebook. So you have to create new notebook by typing with file new. You have to create your own new notebook which is blank. Look at our notebook, type each command in your notebook, run it, try to understand what happens. Once you write all the commands, then you share it like this. So you go to share, then you will get this link. You copy this link, and then to submit, slash part, which part is this? This is second part. So slash part 2 underscore HW. So this is your command, slash part 2 underscore HW. You give a space and then you paste that link. So don't paste it like this. I mean, don't paste it like this. There has to be a space between after HW. So part 2 का homework है तो part 2 underscore HW. अगर part 3 का homework है तो part 3 underscore HW. right now it is part 2 ka HW, so part 2 space homework, and then you paste that link. Then we will get this link on our admin side, and then that's a proof of your work, and that's it basically. And then I can check my homework, my links with this command /my homework.